Hi everyone. I wanted to come on here tonight and talk to you about a couple of visions that I received from the Lord. Now, want to segue off of that last video that I did and tell you that that's just an experience that I had in my life. And it's an experience that brought me much, much closer to the Lord. It brought me to a very different place with Him. And that's that. I know a lot of you don't like watching videos like that, but that video got put out there for a purpose, and I think it served its purpose. So anyway, I told you I wasn't going to hold back, and I'm not. Okay, so a couple of visions. And it was on the 18th, the night before last. And the first vision was of a sky with lots and lots of stars. The stars were not shooting, they were stable. Now, I looked that up in the Strongs, and what it said was, first off, the beholder of a vision, that's in the Hebrew, a beholder of a vision, a prophet or a seer. So that was first. It also says that stars indicate an encampment of angels, a battle, locusts. So keep that locust thing in mind. Now, the second vision that I have received before, only this time it was more intense. The vision was of a sky, a lighter sky, with rocks coming down. In the past, I didn't exactly know what that was. Now I know. Those are rocks coming down, and those are rocks that are going to be thrown down by God for judgment. We are going to see some of God's judgment. I don't know how much of it. I have no timeline, never been given ever anything, even remotely close to a date. So in the book of Nahum, it's chapter 1 and verse 6. It talks about those rocks being thrown down by the Lord. Also, in Revelation, it's 6:16, where it talks about the kings hiding themselves. I'm using the word kings. I shouldn't be doing that. I'm not sure if that's the exact word. But the gist of it is in verse 16, where it says, "And said to the mountains and the rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sits on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb." Isn't it amazing that they actually think they can hide from God? There's no tunnel, no rock. That's not possible. It's not going to happen. Also, I've been led to the book of Jeremiah in chapter 6 and various other areas of that. Chapter 6 is interesting, and you should read it. The book of Jeremiah, it's good reading, and because that's kind of where we're heading. In Jeremiah, it's chapter 12, verse 17. "But if they will not obey, I will utterly pluck up and destroy that nation." Any nation that goes the way that we're going, we need God, and we need Him real bad. Keep praying for exposure. It's working. Don't forget. Exposure, exposure, exposure. Okay, Jeremiah 7:28. "But you will say unto them, This is a nation that obeys not the voice of the Lord their God, nor receives correction. Truth is perished and is cut off from their mouth." It's important to receive correction. That's a big deal. I know I got my correction. So, okay, those are the two visions I wanted to talk to you about. There was another one I'd forgotten about that the Lord reminded me of, and it was of I think it was of a man in a car, and there were authorities around him, like police. And he had his left arm hanging out the window, and he was mad and fighting with them, but he had his sleeve rolled up so that they could inoculate him, because he couldn't go where he wanted to go until he did it. It's coming. Okay, now, I'm going to make this a short video, but I want to show you something very interesting. And the reason why I'm bringing this one up is because it's one of the first visions that I received from the Lord when he started to wake me up. So, also there's another channel you might want to look up. It's called Ashes and Dust, because something he said reminded me of this. So, this is what he first gave me right here. It was of that little ball with those two little wings on the side of it. This is just what I was led to. This is what he showed me. Now, this is where I went further with it. Interesting, huh? They will be sealed in their foreheads. The sealing of his saints has taken place. It's go time, people. Remember that flying vision? Oh, here's the cool part about it. We're getting ready to fly. So, remember what he said. Trust him. Eyes on him. Trust him. I'm not getting up on YouTube and telling people visions that I receive for no reason. I'm getting up here because I'm getting them. He's giving them to me, and I'm going to pass them along. As long as my feet hit the ground and I can still speak. I may not always deliver perfectly, but I will deliver his word, and they are coming from him. And pray. Please pray before you leave some of those comments. Some of you people are so beautiful. The Holy Spirit just flows. It comes out of you. I mean, some of the stuff you guys have written has been really, really cool. So I just want to say thank you. And some of you think twice. Just pray before, because I am what I am, And sometimes it ain't good, but it's not bad either. Okay, everybody be blessed. And remember, trust him. We are getting ready to fly. And we may see some of his judgment first. But don't be afraid, fear not. One of my subscribers said something. She said, fear not was a command. And she's right. Okay, everybody be blessed, and I'll be back on here when I get something else.